And definitely in sight now. Thursday, September 8th, that's when it all gets going. The defending champs, LA Rams, hosting the team that many think could win the AFC, the Buffalo Bills. Charles and I will be there, and then we got some great matchups on that Sunday as well. Kansas City and Arizona, Raiders and the Chargers, and on Sunday night, Tom Brady, he's back, and his Bucs are heading to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Dalton sets up play action. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Noah Fant, 28 yards. And the Saints take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points.
Here's Dalton to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
So the 2-point conversion trend continues, at least as far as trying those goes. They've attempted them after all 3 touchdowns, CD, and converted now 2 of them.
They're not just dipping their toe in the water, are they? I mean, they're committed to going for 2 points. And 2 out of 3, now with a 22-0 lead. In a sense, they're a little bit ahead of the curve, because normally it would be 21, wouldn't it?
And with the way their defense is playing, I don't know if it matters if they do convert any of these.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Hardy set to return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield here, Dalton. He's got a man, complete, touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game.
And the Saints are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. L.A. readies for its next possession.
Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd and 7.
Herbert into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Deontay Hardy
Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that in too many play sheets, do you?
No.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Short little throw to Ebron. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now it's Herbert. To the right side to Eric Ebron. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? He'll rifle this one deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch.
A big play there just before halftime. And even 50 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Jarvis Landry as the first half is winding down. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Lutz with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And getting it's just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. So it's
looks like somebody's ready to begin the regular season, skipping over halftime here in the final game of the preseason. Third quarter, here we go.
Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. A gutsy call there. Yeags at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Meeting the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Running on first down, Eckler.
To about the 26 here. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert. Caught by Allen.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Herbert running left off the option.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
Eckler is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Eckler again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line.
So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. Hopkins' kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And some space here. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 14-yard line.
63 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ball game.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Andy Dalton, 14 yards.
And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he's not going to make it to the goal line. They've been perfect on the night in 2-point conversions, but not here, as this time they come up empty.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Big Ndamukong Suh, one of the league's best for a long time, getting a sack there.
Now a look at the backup Daniel. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
They go play action with Eason. That's caught by Marquez Callaway.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. This is Ingram on 1st and 10.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4.
2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Throwing is Eason.
He'll buy some time right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Eason.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Marquez Callaway.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Saints go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. The 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Goodness, nobody wanting to hold on to that football. 2 fumbles, one by each team on the same play. Not something you see every week.
No, not at all. And you and I both know how important possessions are nowadays in the NFL because there's not much difference between teams. So when you get a chance for a takeaway, you've got to hold on to the football yourself. Don't give it right back to him.
Throwing again on second down. Daniel, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Daniel now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Returnable here for Callaway. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up well downfield.
Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to...
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Pulls it in at the 13.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Lutz good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up.
Now they try a lateral, but it doesn't work. It's a loose ball. This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To the air again, Daniel. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Daniel. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Now Callaway on the return. And they try to razzle-dazzle, but the ball's out. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet, the little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis.